This episode is Hoarders at the Food Bank. Yes, we have hoarders at the food bank. You can tell when they're hoarders. A lot of times you can tell by their vehicle that they might just be a hoarder. When they come to the food bank, there's one lady, she was a bona fide hoarder. And she comes to the food bank and her vehicle will be full of junk. Not stuff, junk. She had so much junk in her vehicle, she just had room to drive the vehicle with the driver's seat only. From the passenger seat all the way to the back seat to the trunk was full of junk. So you can tell that she was a hoarder. And they have that same mentality about the food as they do about hoarding. They know they're not going to eat all that stuff, but the more food they got, the more food they want to hoard. And the more food they'll get, especially when it's a free fall. And that you get all you want, they'll stock up all that stuff, and they know that stuff is old. And people at the food bank like giving it away because they don't have to throw it away. And the hoarders, they get up on that. So that's something I know. I know three people that are hoarders, and they all got the same characteristic about getting the food. And there's one sister, she's a hoarder too. And when she came to the food bank, and she had her trunk full of stuff. And she filled it up with food, and she filled up her back seat with food. And said she got some friends to give away to. And I said to myself, but after about the third time around, you on full. And she kept going back until that vehicle was on full, and she couldn't get no more in it. So that was too funny to see how much she a hoarder is. But you can tell that they're a hoarder, but they talk the same language. They said, I got to protect my stuff. I don't want to get rid of none of my stuff. Yeah, I said, what you going to do with that? No, I got to keep it. I guess that's part of my stuff. And that's their mindset. They take their stuff that they got, all their personal belongings they got, that they probably never going to use. And one lady said she got 3 bites, but she's not riding none of them. So, but you can believe one thing, she ain't giving none of them away neither. And I said, one thing about a hoarder, they got to have more of what they need, and then they don't give away nothing. They don't get rid of nothing. You got to hold on to it. That's one of the mental things. You can find yourself hoarding, being a hoarder real easy. You got to learn how to get rid of stuff and stop bringing it home. I had to do that myself. I said, I got to bring all this junk home. I'm not using it, so I got to learn how to throw this stuff away. But you end up being a hoarder. But yeah, that's how I can tell about them hoarders. And the food bank, because their trunk be full of food. There's one guy with the pickup truck. He's a bona fide hoarder. Definitely got that hoarder mindset. I said, man, one of the events on Wednesday, and we had the free for all with the fruit and the bread and stuff. And once they give the free for all with the food they put on us out there in the streets, on the sidewalk rather. He opened up his trunk. He got a lid that covered his pickup truck. He opened up that trunk and put some food in. It was on full. The trunk was on full with food he had picked up over the time. It was cold outside, so he was using the trunk as a refrigerator. That's what the deal was. It was cold enough to keep the food from perishing that quick. But to be on full, I looked at him and said to myself, ain't no way he going to eat all that food. And they're by himself with some cats. And then he got this trunk, and a small pickup truck. He had it full of food. It's just unbelievable. And there's one lady that used to come to the food bank. I used to call her a dog woman. And that's all she wanted to talk about was dogs. She was into dogs, but she wasn't into it as far as being on the payroll doing anything about it. But she was into promoting the care of dogs. So I can name her dog woman. She'll get your number and think she said, call me in case you see a stray dog. That was her line. And then you call her for a stray dog, and then she said, ain't nothing I can do about it. I ain't with the Humane Society. And I ain't with none of these dog rescue programs. And I knew she was fake when she did that. And I called her out one time when I seen me a dog at Channel Park. And she couldn't do nothing about it. So I don't know why she running around taking people's numbers, pretending to be something that she is not. But she was obsessed over dogs. Dogs. So I called her a dog woman because of that. And anytime they have a neuter or spade program, she was over-politicized it and over-publicized it. She have all the literatures and pamphlets on it. But I did see on the news one time when they put this person in jail for animal cruelty. And she was on news hollering that shame on you, shame on you, shame on you. She's a Chinese lady. I don't see her much at the food bank no more. After her car broke down, I don't see her at the Thursday food bank like she used to be. She still might be at the Tuesday food bank, but I don't see her at the Thursday food bank. But she was a bona fide hoarder. You give her the free for all, you can have all this bread, she'll take it all. You know, she knows she don't need it, but that's the hoarder mentality. And like I said, this lady, she was a hoarder. I seen her at another event, and I met her with her up at the food bank. We was at another community event that I met her. And then I knew she was a hoarder when she did her food bank thing. And she went back round and round for that fruit. There's be so much fruit out there on Wednesday. They ain't gonna give it all away. So even though you got picked, the ones that got picked through at first is the more riper ones. But the other ones that are not so ripe, they still get picked over and chosen to take home, which is advantage to the people that at the food bank that they don't have to throw it away. But to me, it's a disadvantage because you got to throw it away. You got picked through it. Sometimes I brought that stuff home, and the next day it had mold on it. So it didn't last 24 hours. So I know it got a real short life. The shelf life is real short by the time we get it. By the time they give it to the food bank, it's on its last leg for sure. So those are the three hoarders that I caught up with. They was hoarding their butt off. There's the other three ladies. They be going to these food banks. I call them the three amigos. But they stay together like the three amigos. You see one, you see the other. Two. They stick together. Two of them drive, the other one get a ride. And they be together. They in the latter part of their life. They in that super senior citizen age. It's been like that. Look like they're over 70 years old. Between 70 and 80. But they blessed to be here, and they into that food too. As far as getting a whole lot of it. One lady, she had her trunk full of food. She ain't got so much stuff. She gave me some eggs, some pre-scrambled eggs, because she had so much of it. She opened up her trunk, it was on food. Now, if you got a lot of grandkids, a lot of people that really appreciate you going and get the food, that makes sense. Especially if you're a grandparent, it gives you something to do. Get out the house besides sitting around babysitting the kids or doing nothing. So you get your outdoor activity. You get you out the house, and you get your reward by having some food at the end of the activity. So to me, that makes sense. But you also got to not let that greed get to you, especially if you got a hoarder mentality. You got that hoarder mentality, you're going to be you're going to have a lot of stuff at your house, that's for sure, that you don't use. And I got canned goods at this house that I live at that I don't use, at my own house. That I have a hard time getting rid of these canned goods. And people are still picky about the dates that's on the expiring dates of the canned goods, and that's just for the stores. The shelf life on the canned goods can go into the years, not just the months. But I have to watch myself from hoarding. But like I said, with canned goods, I can put them in a compost and put them back to earth. But with the non-canned goods, I don't get a whole lot of that. It ain't no good. It go in the trash, or it be dog food right away. I'm going to be hoarding that. And the fruit, I get that right away because I know it's going to perish right quick. That go in the compost. And I try to get out the house fast as possible, because you end up having gnats in your house. That would bring your house flying gnats. And they hard to get rid of, that's for sure. So far this year I ain't got none because I ain't brought no fruit home. That's the trick to that. Yeah, that's the trick to that. I see my phone acting up. I got 5 more minutes, and then we'll go from there. But anyway, I wanted to talk about them hoarders at the food bank. Yeah, we do have hoarders at the food bank. And, that's just a mindset when you become a hoarder, that's for sure. Yeah, I know I was still on the air. Okay, yeah, I lost a lot of air time. I didn't know I was still on the air. We might have to play this back at another time. Yeah, but I know I was still on the air, and in the air, I was trying to save it for something else. Yeah, and I lost all this air time. But anyway, we'll cut it short, and that'll be that.